women take on the University of Providence, formerly University of Great Falls. Argos led by Steph McDonough, who averages 18.6 points per game. That also leads the Frontier Conference. And then in third is Parker Essery, the freshman, averaging 14.5 points. Hannah Dean leading Carroll, 11.9 points per game. She sits 8th in the Frontier. Bailey Pasta is 11th, 10.3 points per game. McDonough also leading in field goal percentage, shooting 55.6% from the field. Just behind her is teammate Parker Essery, shooting 55.5%. And then Brianna King, the junior out down at Dillon at Western, shooting 40% from the field. For Carroll, Hannah Dean leading the way. We mentioned the 11.9 points, shooting 43% from the floor, 8.24 rebounds per game, 2.6 assists, and 1.3 steals, along with 1.6 blocks per game. She leads the Saints in most statistical categories. For the University of Providence, led in scoring, as we mentioned, by McDonough, and then Essery leading the Argos at 7.7 rebounds per game. Emily Maldonado, a freshman, quick freshman. She's going to be fun to watch the next few years. 4.4 assists. Steph McDonough leading the way, 2.7 steals per game. She is the all-time steals leader at Providence. Broke that record in the first quarter, in the first game against the Saints back in December. And Tristan Murphy leading the Argos in blocks, 1.06 blocks per game. This should be a whale of a game. Looking forward to this one. Bill Himmelberg in his 6th season, Rochelle Sayers in her 7th season, and a great battle between these two. They know each other very well, and you know, with Cassie Hashley setting career highs twice against the Argos the last couple of years, Bill Himmelberg had to go out and get himself a very good post player, and he did in the freshman in Parker Essery. She's the leader for Freshman of the Year in the Frontier, the 6'1 freshman out of Kalama, Washington. And when you talk about the Frontier Conference, there's a lot of transfers in the league, except for when you look at Carroll or Providence. Providence likes to build their roster just like Carroll with high schoolers, and just like Carroll with high schoolers from the Pacific Northwest. And there is no less than 6 per roster when you go down the roster for these two teams from the Pacific Northwest. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Saints Game Day driven by Placer Motors continues here on ESPN Radio. It's a big one tonight as the University of Providence coming in at 19th in the country. Fell 5 spots from 14 this week. They will take on the number 13 Carroll College Saints women, who fell 3 spots in the poll. It's a battle for first in the Frontier, and we'll have it next on ESPN Radio.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy
Welcome back to the PE Center. It's a top 20 showdown in the Frontier and in the nation. As University of Providence taking on Carroll College, the Saints here at the PE Center. Starting lineup for Providence, Emily Maldonado, the 5'5 freshman from Sunnyside, Washington. Molly Heron, 5'9 senior from Havre. Steph McDonough, the 5'9 senior from Vancouver, Washington. Parker Essery, 6'1 freshman from Kalama, Washington. And Tristan Murphy, a 6'1 junior from Stanwood, Washington. Transfer from Texas, Rio Grande Valley. For head coach Bill Himmelberg, assisted by Crystal Smith and the former All-America at the University of Providence, then at Great Falls, Erin Legal. For Carroll College, a little change to the starting lineup tonight. It'll be Bailey Pasta, the 5'6 senior from Nampa, Idaho. Jaden Lyman, the 5'3 freshman from Spokane, Washington. Michaela Dowdy, 6'1 senior from Capitol High. Hannah Dean, 6'1 junior from Gardner. And Brittany Johnson, the 5'7 junior from Spokane, for head coach Rochelle Sayers. Assisted by Solomon and Joey O'Neill. Sitting courtside here at the PE Center, and joined by Sports Information Director Jarek Walcott. And, Jarek, this promises to shape up to be a fantastic basketball game tonight in the Frontier Conference.
It'll be a match in both those games. Turnovers were a big factor.
Yep.
I think they had like 22 against Tech and 25 against Western. So it'll be interesting to see if they can take care of the ball. That's going to be a big factor. The Saints are the only team to beat Providence when I think they were playing their best ball and not turning over the ball.
Yeah, they won by 13 in that game back on December the 3rd. And had forced 13 turnovers. So Carroll actually had 21 turnovers in that game and won by 13. So
yeah, and if you look at what they did is they took Parker Essery out of the game. She actually fouled out early in that game.
Well, you could tell she was talking to their SID, Josh Wetmore. She's a freshman. She hadn't played against a true great post like Dowdy or Dean, and Hannah took it right at her, got her in foul trouble, and got into her head a little bit. And you could tell that she was not ready quite yet for Frontier play. But since then, she's been on fire.
Yeah, she's a great player. She's going to be a good 4-year player for them, and we'll see. This is going to be a battle tonight.
Saints in their home whites, purple numbers and letters, gold trim. The Argos in the new road blues with green numbers and letters and a white trim. The Saints win the tip. Dean over to Johnson on the right wing. Draws a triple team, gets it to Pasta. She'll penetrate, skip it out to the near wing for Lyman, who will jump stop, leave it out. Pasta, quick three, short. Rebound, tipped. Brittany Johnson comes down with it. And that's one thing the Saints are going to want is Bailey Pasta to hit her shots tonight. She was 2 for 12 from the floor in Saturday's loss as Dean drives, misses everything, and McDonough with a rebound.
Well, and they're also going to want Hannah to continue to be aggressive like that.
Providence with the ball. It's Maldonado. That's going to be 2 threes with her and Lyman, and both about 5'3", and both very quick. Can't wait to watch that for the next 3.5 years. McDonough, far left wing, with 8 to shoot. Now Heron has it. Skips it over to McDonough, far left wing. Nice push off, gets away with it, and drops back an 18-footer, and Providence has the lead.
Well, and I think Jaden tried to sell that right there, and the officials didn't fall for it. But she got that shot. You can't leave her that wide open because she's going to hit that every time.
Pasta. Saints moving right to left on your old-fashioned radio dial. Over to Johnson. She'll try a three from the far wing, and it's good.
That's a good start for the Saints from the three-point line. They need to hit those tonight if they're going to be successful.
Maldonado comes right side. Heron. And back to Maldonado up on top. Saints in that 2-3 zone. And Tristan Murphy inside, left open, and pops it in for a 4-3 lead.
Saints got to pick it up on defense. They cannot let Providence get into a group, because if they do, they're a team that can drop 80, 90 points.
Providence averaging 67.7 on the season. And we're going to get a jump ball. That'll be Argo basketball. And Providence giving up 60.4. The Saints averaging 62.1. And have the 4th best scoring defense in the country, giving up 54.2. That includes the 58 the Rockies scored a week ago. Murphy baseline to Essery, who's left alone, and the Argos have a 6-3 lead. Good ball movement there.
Well, she was wide open under the basket. Saints got to pick it up defensively.
Lyman, left side, Pasta. Murphy out on her. And Dowdy's pass tipped. Johnson there to pick it up. She'll penetrate free throw line, kick it out near side, Lyman. Her pass on the baseline, knocked loose. Ball on the floor, off of Dowdy, out of bounds. It'll be Argo basketball. So 6-3 Argos, 7:32 to go here in the first quarter.
And the Saints cannot get in a shooting match with this team.
Providence has not missed a shot yet, 3 for 3. Maldonado to Heron, right elbow. She'll dribble to the left side of the free throw line, and she pushed off on Hannah Dean, and she got the call there. And that'll be her first team foul, number 1. And a substitution for Providence as Callie Wilson checks in, 5'10", redshirt sophomore from Cowley, Wyoming. One of the few transfers on the roster out of Gillette College. Saints down 6-3, 7:15 to go in the first. Dowdy over to the right side for Brittany Johnson. She's hit the only shot for the Saints tonight. Now passed on the near wing in front of the Argo bench to our left. Dean fouled by Essery. Essery didn't like the call, but Dean, the junior, gets the call over the freshman. That'll be Essery's first, team foul number 2. It'll put Hannah Dean at the line. 73% on the year. Has struggled the last couple of games. And rims out the first.
Well, they're going to need to continue to go at Essery. The Carroll Posts are just so much more athletic than her, and she is not as quick enough to stay on the defensive end.
Dean misses them both. McDonough with the rebound. And and a lot like the Saints moving in the starting lineup, moving Bailey Pass over to the shooting guard, Steph McDonough hasn't had to play point guard because of the emergence of Maldonado this year, the freshman. So two teams very similar. Heron got alone on the baseline and then missed it. The rebound tipped out, and Lyman comes away with it. She's got a 2-on-1, now a 1-on-1, and she backs it out to the near wing. Dribbles back up on top. Good defense getting back in transition by Maldonado. Now Pasta has it just to the right of the top of the key, hands it right back off to Lyman. Comes back to the left side for Pasta. Now on the wing, Brittany Johnson. Johnson to Pasta in the near corner. 8 on the shot clock. Pasta gets it to Dean, free throw line. She'll turn and fire and miss it. And the rebound off to Molly Heron. Heron quickly into the front court with 6:07 to go in the quarter. Carroll down 6-3.
Well, if you look at the first game, this was a similar thing that happened. The Saints were down big in the first quarter, but figured some stuff out and got things going.
Lyman forces Maldonado into a travel, and the turnovers. Jenna Randich checks in, 5'7" sophomore from Olympia, Washington. Argos with 7 girls from Washington, 1 from Oregon. 6-3 Providence, 5:50 to go first quarter. Johnson holds out on the far right side. Now she'll penetrate to the free throw line, and she traveled with it.
Well, if you look at Washington, they have a lot of D3 schools, which of course have no scholarships, just a couple D2 schools. So there's an opportunity in Montana and Idaho to play for these teams. And you look at LC, you look at Carroll, you look at Providence. Even Western has a couple Spokane kids. There's opportunities for these girls to come east a little bit and find some scholarship money.
Well, the Saints with 5 from Washington, a couple from Idaho. Shot on the way, no good by Wilson. Passed it with a rebound for the Saints. 5:20 to go first quarter. Carroll down 6-3, and the Saints have gone 3.5 minutes without a bucket. Pasta has it on the far wing. Dribbles up on top, gives it off to Lyman. Lyman with a mismatch with Essery on her. Backdoor, great backdoor cut by Michaela Dowdy, and Lyman finds her for the bucket.
It was a great move by Dowdy. They're playing her really aggressively. Hopefully that leads to some backcourt basketball.
6-5 Argos. That's the Saints' first basket. First points in 3 minutes and 45 seconds. A long 3 by Randich, well short. Rebound off of Essery's foot, out of bounds. Good defense by Lyman, and we get a timeout on the floor. 4:42 to go first quarter on the Bud Light scoreboard. Providence 6, Saints 5. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. 4:42 to go here in the first quarter. University of Providence leading Carroll College 6-5. First media timeout. Carroll 2 out of 5, 40% from the field. Providence 3 out of 6, 50%, but they missed their last 3 after starting 3 for 3.
I like what Jaden Lyman has done on the defensive rebound end. She's come back with 2 long, tough rebounds. If she can continue to do that, it's going to help out the team.
Christine Denny, Danny Wagner, Taylor Salonen in for the Saints. Out there with Pasta and Dean. And Dean has it over the right side from Wagner. Wagner had a nice breakout game in her first start back on December 3rd against these Argos. And she has it with 6 to shoot out on the far wing. She'll get to the free throw line. A little floater in the lane, no good. Rebound on the weak side by Essery. Dumps it off to Maldonado and up the floor to Randich. It goes off of Pasta's foot, picked up by Maldonado. 4 minutes to go, first quarter. 6-5 Argos. Number 19 leads number 13. Wilson finds Essery alone on the baseline again. That's 3 times down low that the Argos have been open and alone on the baseline. And it's 8-5 with 3:45 to go in the first.
They're really doing a good job finding the soft spot in the Carroll zone.
Wagner, right side. Dribbles left side and leaves it off near wing for Pasta. Dumps it off to Dean on the block. Dean, little jump hook in the lane. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by McDonough. That's her 3rd board already. And she'll push it into the front court, hand it off to Maldonado. Now back up on top to McDonough. Comes back onto the right side, Maldonado. Gets it into the block to Wilson. Back out to Maldonado. Midway through the shot clock now with 3:10 to go in the quarter. Maldonado left open, 3-ball, no good. Wilson with the offensive rebound and the putback, and the Argos have doubled up the Saints. It's 10-5, 3 to play in the first.
Saints did a good job of shutting down their offense for 3-4 minutes there, but they picked it right back up.
Pasta, the senior from Napa, Idaho, gets it off to Hannah Dean. Works down, almost got away, or almost traveled with it, and threw it right into the hands of Callie Wilson. Back the other way up the far sideline. Now McDonough finds Essery, triple teamed, has it blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Providence as Michaela Dowdy returns for the Saints, and Tristan Murphy back in for the Argos. 2:36 to go in the quarter, 10-5, Providence leads. The inbound to Wilson, knocked out of bounds by Dowdy. Stays with the Argos. In that first game, Providence led 22-15 at the end of one, and right now they have a 13-5 lead as Maldonado knocks down the triple. So the Saints' shooting woes from Saturday's second half against Rocky continuing here in the first quarter against Argos, and they trail 13-5. Passed out on the far wing. Carroll 2 out of 7 from the floor. The Argos are 4 for 8. And Christine Denny, the freshman from Fairfield, Washington, penetrates, kicks it out to Pasta. Tried to get it to Dowdy, knocked away by McDonough. That is the 4th turnover here in the quarter by the Saints. Randich to Maldonado on the near wing. Wilson down the lane, all alone, up and in. 15-5 Providence. And a timeout taken by Rochelle Sayers.
Tough stretch for the Saints. They're just making too many mistakes on the offensive end and not being aggressive. I think they're running a little scared, and it harkens back to the Montana Western game and a little bit in the Rocky game where they're just not being aggressive enough.
Providence leading on the Bud Light scoreboard 15-5. They are on a 7-0 run over the last minute 52 or so. But they have the lead.
And they're shooting 60% right now. I mean, it's early. Saints are 2 for 7 from the field, and that is just not going to be good enough.
No, and they've had great looks, just unable to knock them down. This is a little reminiscent of what happened down at Western 2 weekends ago, or 2 Thursdays ago.
And the only way you get out of this kind of funk is just take it to the rack. Just be aggressive. And Danny is usually your most aggressive guard, and she's just got to do that right now.
Christine Denny with the basketball over to the right elbow. She'll penetrate against Randich. Down to the baseline, back up on top, Pasta. 10 on the shot clock. Wagner now up on top to Salonen. Dumps it down inside to the right block to Dowdy. Double teamed, missed it short. Rebound, Tristan Murphy. 2 out of 8 from the field. And Randich now up on top. Heron comes right side. McDonough. 75 seconds to go in the quarter. Murphy on the screen and roll. Skips it out. Wide open. Randich 3. Short. Rebound. Danny Wagner. 15-5 Providence. Denny to Pasta on the right wing. She'll fire a 3. Long. Rebound. Weak side. Randich. Saints getting one look, and that's it. McDonough gets around Pasta easily. Finds Murphy on the baseline, and it's good. And it's 17-5 Providence. 45 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Saints are just out of sorts. Last 2 games, just out of sorts.
Had a decent first half against Rocky. Couldn't hit by a bucket in the second half. Now Salonen dribbles down to the right block. Lazy pass up on top. Denny comes away with it. She'll drive. She'll fire. She'll hang and hit.
Saints just got to get to the rack like that. Denny did a great job. She got the ball. She found a lane and just got right to the hole.
And that ends a 3-minute and 20-second scoring drought. So Saints have had 2 scoring droughts of 3 minutes plus here in the first quarter. They trail 17-7. Final 7 seconds ticking off. McDonough falls down with it, and Salonen picks it up, gives it to Pasta at midcourt. She'll fire a 40-footer. It is good! That might get the Saints going. Huge shot for Bailey Pasta from 40 feet away to end the half, or end the quarter.
She took it in rhythm, too. That was the great thing, is she took it in rhythm. She didn't try to force something up there that was ugly.
End of 1 in Helena. And on the Bud Light scoreboard, Providence 17, the Saints 10. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. 17-10 as we start the second quarter. Providence in the lead. Saints get a big 3 from Bailey Passa to end the first to pull to within 7. Taylor Salonen, Christine Denny, Bailey Pasta, Dowdy, Michaela Dowdy, and Danny Wagner on the floor. And Wagner bounces it off her foot out of bounds. She had a wide open lane to the rack and bounced it off her foot. That's the 5th turnover for the Carroll women. Providence with 4 points off of Saints turnovers. Shot 61.5%, 8 out of 13 in that first quarter. Carroll 4 out of 11. And Salonen fouls Essery as Essery got around her. Salonen was falling down and just kind of reached out and grabbed a hold of her. Her first team foul number 1. Hannah Dean in, Salonen out.
Yeah, it looks like she just caught herself up in her own feet.
23 seconds gone by here, second quarter. Carroll down 17-10. Molly Heron has it. Leaves it in the near corner for Maldonado. Dribbles up to the wing. Skips it over to the far left side for McDonough. Quick back to Maldonado. Around Pasta, the 15-footer, no good. Dean and Essery fight for the rebound. Essery comes down with it. So new shot clock for the Argos. Essery working now against Dowdy. Double team, kicks it out McDonough. Good ball movement here by the Providence Argos. But then Tristan Murphy throws it away. Bailey Pasta with the steal. 9:07 to go in the half. Carroll down 17-10.
That was some great defensive intensity. I like that. We'll see what they can continue to do.
Denny over to the right side for Dean, way out on the wing. She'll dribble the free throw line, leave it back out to Denny, dumps it off to the block to Dowdy, goes off the left shoulder, draws the foul on Essery. That's her second, and that is the first team foul here on the Argos. But that's what Carroll needs to do, is go into the block. They have the advantage, and get Essery into foul trouble.
Yeah, again, it's their athleticism down low. I don't think she can move quick enough to keep up with them. And, she's a freshman. She's going to make mistakes like that.
Dowdy knocks down the first free throw, makes it 17-11. As Callie Wilson returns for the Argos. Dowdy 62.4% on the year from the free throw line. Second one is also good. 17-12, Saints within 5. They're on a 7-0 run going back to the 45-second mark of the first quarter. Heron, near wing, right side. Now Maldonado up on top, dribbles down to the far left wing in front of the student section. Slow to arrive here at Carroll. A lot of late classes on Thursdays. 8 on the shot clock. Maldonado down on the wing. Leaves it for McDonough. 4 to shoot. Gets it to Murphy. Back out. McDonough open for 3. Air ball. Good defense by the Saints. Forced a shot clock violation.
Again, great defensive intensity. There was times when the Providence team just looked lost on that possession.
Oh, we had a popcorn spill.
And Michaela Dowdy's mom is saying, "It wasn't me. It wasn't me."
It came from a couple of rows up behind her. That's a big bucket of popcorn that spilled.
Oh, man.
That's unfortunate.
That's a waste of about $7, too.
So 17-12, Providence in the lead. Pasta has it, comes near side Wagner. Looks to dribble up on top, working against McDonough. Wagner the drive, across the lane to Dowdy, but nobody was there except Argos, and it's stolen away. The 6th turnover. Now McDonough on the near wing. Up on top to Murphy. Skips it left side, Heron, in front of the Saints pep band. Nice to have them back.
Yeah, and they look good in their new Halo shirts, too.
Yep. Maldonado dribbles down to the near wing. Leaves it for Wilson. Now Murphy from 10, too strong. Rebound tipped. That's off of Wilson out of bounds. It'll be Saints basketball. Brittany Johnson back in for Carroll with 7:34 to go in the half. Saints down 17-12 on the Bud Light scoreboard.
You look at their last 3 possessions, and if you talk to Coach Hummelberg, they hate going into single digits in the shot clock. They like to get it off early if they can. And last 3 possessions, single digits down to 4, 5, 6 seconds.
Denny dribbles down to the right side, picks up her dribble, leaves it out on the wing for Johnson. She'll dribble back up on top. Argos switch to man, and we get a timeout as a ball comes loose on the floor. So we've had a stoppage for a loose ball and popcorn as well.
Yeah, our fans are on the struggle bus right now on that far side. The popcorn and game balls. They just need to get it together a little bit over there.
Dean knocked out of bounds. It'll be Argo basketball. That is the 7th turnover for the Saints. And Randich back in, the freshman of the year a year ago. 7:12 to go in the half. Carroll down 17-12. Murphy has it, high post, lobs it down, or tried to lob it to McDonough, and Dean steals it away. McDonough knocks it out of bounds. So it'll be Saints basketball. That's the 6th turnover now on the Argos. 7:01 to go.
People forget how athletic Hannah Dean is. She can jump a little bit. You don't lob it over Hannah Dean.
Pasta leaves it off for Johnson. Bumped by McDonough. Johnson free throw line. Comes near side. Denny, a 3 is no good. Rebound, Randich. Good look by the freshman, but just couldn't knock it down. Now Maldonado has it with 6:40 to go in the half. Saints down 17-12. Randich out on the far wing. Dribbles up on top, leaves it for Wilson, and now McDonough, another 3 attempt, and this one's good. That's the first points of the quarter for the Argos. It's 20-12. 6:20 to go in the half. McDonough's first 3 are good. First 3 that's good. Pasta will fire a 17-footer, bounces around and drops it in. She now has 5, and the Saints within 6 at 20-14 with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Maldonado dribbles up on top. Offensive foul. Hannah Dean takes the charge. I think they're going to say Maldonado maybe give her a forearm shiver. Bill Himmelberg doesn't like it. But that's her first, team foul number 2. Parker Essery back in.
So Essery's back in, so watch it, see if they go back down to the post and try to get her third.
Well, she's on Dowdy. And Dean takes it to the right side where Dowdy's at. Lost it. Pasta picks it up. Now left side for Johnson. Back over to the right side for Pasta. Now on the wing, Denny. 5.5 to go. And Maldonado runs over Dowdy and picks up her second.
That was a great job by Dowdy by getting there, getting set. Maldonado didn't know she was there and swung her arm right into her.
Her second, third team foul. She's out, Heron in. 20-14 Argos, 5:30 to go here in the first half. Denny takes the inbound, dribbles top of the key. Leaves it for Hannah Dean, and now right side for Dowdy. Back over to Johnson. Now pass up on top. Pasta, step back, 19-footer is good.
Beautiful shot, right? Just set her feet, square her shoulders, and put it right in.
5:10 to go in the half. Saints within 4 now, 20-16. And Carroll on an 11-3 run. And that's an over and back. Randich is arguing the ball got touched, but the refs say no. And so it's Carroll basketball after forcing the 9th turnover on Providence. 5:01 to go. Saints down 20-16.
Defensive intensity right now is a great level. 3 points in this half, but the offense is just not keeping pace with it.
Dean has it for the Saints. Over to the right side, Pasta in rhythm. 3, well, off the mark. The rebound comes away to Wilson. 4:45 to go. First half. Saints down 4. Jaden Lyman back in for the Saints and picks up Randich. And Randich has it near corner. Now up on top, Heron. Ball fake left, dribbles right. Wilson left open underneath. And then Johnson comes in and takes it away. We get a jump ball. And it'll be Providence basketball when we return. 4:32 to go, first half on the Bud Light scoreboard. It's the Argos 20, Saints 16. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. Carroll College on an 11-3 run going back to the first quarter. Argos have scored 3 points in the last 6 minutes and 15 seconds. Saints have ramped up the defense. Argos down at 52.9% from the field. Carroll up to 42.9%. Both teams have hit a couple of threes. Carroll 6 out of 14 overall. The Argos 9 out of 17. And the Argos with a 20-16 lead. 4.5 to go here in the first half. Heron with 5 to shoot. Dribbles top of the key. Swarmed, gets it to McDonough. Extra pass over to left wing. Randich for 3, and it's good as the shot clock expires.
She barely got that one off.
Argos have 6 points in the quarter, all from the three-point line.
And all at the end of a long shot clock.
Pass up on top. Now left side, or leaves it off for Johnson. And then Hannah Dean pushed to the floor by Randich. And she turned to her coach and said, just hold her hands up. But she ran all over Hannah Dean. That's one thing that Dowdy and Dean have done nicely this year is take fouls while they're setting screens.
Well, the good thing about that right now is they have 4 in this quarter. That means the rest of this quarter they're in the bonus.
Johnson, a 3, high arcer, no good, rebounded by Heron. 3:54 to go in the half. Carroll down 23-16. Murphy. And Dowdy's going to get called for a hold down on Essery, who just was backing her down. That'll be her first. Rochelle Sayers is arguing for a double foul. And she has a little point. Second team foul is Taylor Salonen back in with 3:48 to go. Heron will inbound, baseline. And great defense by Salonen, almost came away with the steal. She stepped on the baseline. Stays with the Argos, 3:46 to go. And Dean knocks it loose. Essery picks it up. Now Lyman comes away with the steal on the far sideline. She waits. Now she dribbles down into the front court and leaves it out. Brittany Johnson. Now passed out on the right wing. Inside to Dean. Kick out. Lyman. 3-ball. Good!
Great ball movement by the Saints. You saw a couple of shots that looked wide open, but they just kept the ball moving around until they find the exact shot they wanted.
Lyman knocks down the triple, and it's 23-19, 3:14 to go in the half. Heron and McDonough playing a little catch and pass with each other, and Lyman's going to get called for a steal, or foul on the steal by Murphy. That'll be her first third team foul. As Maldonado returns for the Argos, 3:04 to go in the half.
I'm kind of disappointed the Saints haven't gone after Essery enough. Love to see them go right at her, hopefully get another foul.
They inbound it to Essery, who got position around Salonen, missed it, gets the rebound back. Now kicks it out to Randich, who's open for another three. And just like that, it's 26-19 again with 2:50 to go. Saints down 7. Providence with their fourth triple. 3 of them here in the half. Lyman's going to try another one. In and out, and Essery with a rebound.
Almost got the roll.
2:35 to go in the half. Saints down 26-19. Dean knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay with Providence as Callie Wilson returns. 2:31 to go. So Essery out, with the Argos up 26-19 here in the first half. McDonough inbound. Murphy, free throw line. Back out to Randich. Skips it left side, Maldonado. Ball fake left. And Lyman called for a foul, her second. Team foul number 4. And Danny Wagner's going to check back in for the Saints. And Christine Denny's going to come in as well. McDonough inbound, far sideline. Gets it into Maldonado. McDonough drives and just lowers her shoulder and traveled with it. That's the 11th turnover for Providence with 2:15 to go in the half. Argos, 34% on the year from 3. They're shooting 4 out of 8 tonight. And they lead by 7. Denny down to the far right wing. Gets it to Dean. Dean will drive baseline, and she'll travel with it. Got in trouble underneath and turn it over for the 8th time tonight.
She got too low, and she didn't have anywhere to go with it. She tried to extend her body just to get it out to the three-point line, and took one too many steps. Drug that foot a little bit.
2 minutes to go in the half. Carroll down 26-19. Argos ranked 19th in the country. The Saints 13th. The ball knocked off Arandich out of bounds. She's trying to argue that she didn't touch it. It's the 3rd time this quarter she's turned to her bench and been holding her arms up, not agreeing with calls. Denny into the front court. Leaves it off to the right side for Dean. Goes onto the wing for Wagner. Lefty from Havard dribbles. Left side, and now up on top to Johnson. She'll try a step back 3, and it's good! Brittany Johnson knocking it down. Saints within 4 again, 26-22. So we've been trading 3-pointers here this quarter. And with 90 seconds to go, the Saints are down 26-22.
Trading 3-pointers with large gaps in between them.
Yeah. Maldonado out on the right side. Johnson on her with 75 seconds to play. High post, it's Wilson. And they're back to the basket. Randich now, right side. Lost the handle. McDonough there to pick it up. She'll fire a long three. No good. Dean with a rebound.
That's a tough shot. She almost made that.
Almost banked it in. Denny into the front court. Now right side for Brittany Johnson with 50 seconds to go. Saints can close the gap even further here as Salonen leaves it off for Denny. Denny high post, leaves it now. Dean in the lane. She'll turn, she'll fire, and she'll hit it.
There we go.
Saints within 2. It's 26-24 with 30 seconds to go here in the half.
You know, this is really similar to what happened in that first matchup. Argos take a big lead in that first quarter, and the Saints just chip away.
Saints had a much bigger advantage, though, in the second quarter up in Providence. Right now, it's 14-9. But the Saints within 2, 26-24. 7 to shoot, 13 to play. The pass off of Callie Wilson. Dean went off of her hands and then off of Wilson. It'll be Saints basketball. 10 seconds to go in the half. As Herron comes in, Maldonado out because she has 2 fouls. Don't want to pick up a cheap one with 10 seconds left. Denny quickly down the floor. Gets it. Hand off Brittany Johnson. Johnson. Now Wagner. 2 to go, and Wagner lost it. And that's going to take us to halftime. Not a good final 10 seconds for the Saints. A decent second quarter, though. And after trailing by 7 after 1, the Saints are down just 2 after 2. And at halftime at the PE Center. On the Bud Light scoreboard, it's the Argos 26, the Saints 24. Back with a halftime show in a moment. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. Jason Walker back at the PE Center in Helena, and Argos ranked 19th in the nation. The Providence Argos leading the 13th ranked Carroll College women 26-24 here at the half. Argos led 17-10 at the end of the first quarter. Carroll had 2 3-minute-plus scoring droughts in that first quarter, but a Bailey pass to 3 at the end of the first 10 minutes pulled the Saints to within 7 after trailing by as much as 12. And the Saints scored the last 5 points in 45 seconds to trail by 7 at the half. And then a couple of free throws from Michaela Dowdy got Carroll on the board in the second quarter. And then teams traded 3-pointers for the majority of the final 6 minutes as Providence went nearly 7 minutes going back to the first quarter, nearly 7 minutes scoreless before they finally hit their first bucket. They hit 3 3-pointers in the quarter. They were the only 3 buckets they made. Finished the first half 11 of 21, 52.4%, 4 for 9 from 3, 44%. Did not shoot a free throw. Out-rebounded the Saints 13-8 in the first half. They have an 8-4 advantage in assists as well. And the bench with a 10-2 advantage for the Argos. 4-2 advantage in the paints, 5-0 on second chance points because they have a 3-1 advantage in offensive rebounds. Carroll, though, with a 13-7 advantage in points off turnovers. Leading the way for the Argos, 6 points for Jenna Randich, a couple of threes. 5 for Steph McDonough, 3 for Emily Maldonado. 4 points apiece for Essery Murphy and Callie Wilson. Maldonado also with 4 turnovers, 3 turnovers for Murphy. Part of those 13. 8 assists, 13 turnovers, no blocks, 5 steals for the University of Providence. We'll take a break. We'll come back, give you the Carroll stats from the first half as the Saints outscored the Argos 14-9 in the second quarter. And at halftime in Helena, they trail 26-24 on the Bud Light scoreboard. More from halftime after this. You're listening to Carroll College Basketball on ESPN Radio. Halftime in Helena, Jason Walker back, and the Argos leading the Saints 26-24. Carroll 9 out of 19 in that first half, 47.4%. 4 out of 9 from 3, and 2 out of 4 from the free throw line. 7 points for Bailey Pasta, 4 for Michaela Dowdy, Hannah Dean with 2, 3 for Jaden Lyman, 6 for Brittany Johnson, and 2 points for Christine Denny. Saints with 4 assists, 9 turnovers. They really cut those down in the second quarter, and as a result, outscored the Argos. It's funny what happens when you hold on to the ball. No blocks and 6 steals for the Saints. Providence led by as much as 12 in the first half. Carroll's biggest lead was 1, and it's 26-24. But the Saints, you look at foul trouble. Parker Essery and Emily Maldonado each with 2 for the Argos. Jaden Lyman has 2 for the Saints, and after Essery, Jarek picked up that second foul. The Saints didn't really go after her a whole lot, and they're going to need to in the second half.
Well, that was disappointing. I thought they would go after her. I mean, that's the logical thing to do, especially when she's put back into the lineup. And maybe the way that they played it, they didn't give her an opportunity to. She was sagging off a little bit, not playing as hard. But we'll see what happens in the second half. I mean, she is a freshman, and the two Carroll posts are just a little more athletic than her, a little more experienced, and it would be interesting. To me, I would go after her in that second half and really be aggressive down low.
Halftime in Butte, where 24th ranked Western women leading Tech 42-27. Western shot 52% in the first half, hit 8 3-pointers, 8 out of 11 in that first half. Brianna King already 19 points just in 20 minutes of play down there in Butte. So Western looked like they're going to pick up a 6th straight win down there. You know, talking with Josh Wetmore, the SID at Providence before the game, Jarek, and there's a lot of parity, not only on the men's side, but on the women's side as well.
Yeah, you just never know. I mean, Providence has gone on a run, winning a few games in a row. Carroll's won 6 games in a row. Western right now is on another run. Rocky's been on a run. Those 4 teams, you don't know who's going to win it when it comes down to it. It's going to be, I'd be shocked, honestly, if a couple of these teams weren't tied and it came down to tiebreakers and who wins the conference.
Well, that's why the second round is so critical. You know, the Saints have already beaten Providence once. A second win would give them the guaranteed tiebreak. A win next Friday down at Billings would give them the tiebreak over Rocky. But first things first, you got 20 minutes to go. And when we come back, we'll have that second 20 minutes, the second half, just around the corner. Halftime in Helena, just about wrapping up. And when we come back, the final 20 minutes. Argos 26, Saints 24. Back with more after this. You're listening to Carroll College Basketball on ESPN Radio. Getting set to start the second half here in Helena. Saints trailing the Argos 26-24. Halftime in Billings. 15th ranked Rocky women leading MSU Northern 33-23. Saints with the basketball. Lyman pass to Dean Dowdy Johnson. Moving left to right. It's Dean with it. Free throw line over the right wing, near side to Johnson. She'll dribble up on top. Her pass to Lyman over on the left side. Now Johnson on the wing. Johnson again to penetration. Gets around it. Essery, kick out, Pasta for three, and the Saints have the lead here in the third quarter.
That was a great possession to see Britt come around that corner and just vacate that spot where Bailey filled and hit. 10 points for her.
Couple of threes. It's 27-26 Saints. Now McDonough on the near wing. Up on top for Maldonado. Skips it near side. Now back to McDonough. Back over the right side, Maldonado. 6 to shoot. McDonough steps inside the three-point line and fires a 15-footer, and the Argos back up by one, 28-27.
The Saints really forced them to take a tough shot there. I'm okay with that defensive possession. She's going to hit some tough shots. She's a great player.
Johnson drives. Blocked out of bounds by Essery. McDonough leading the conference in points and field goal percentage. By 1/1000th in field goal percentage over teammate Essery. Johnson has it for the Saints. 8 on the shot clock. She'll dribble once. A step back. Three is good.
Great looking shot there. Contested three.
Saints' largest lead. It's 2. 30-28. 8:30 to go in the third quarter. And both teams just trading knockout shots from the three-point line. Saints, though, with a couple of triples here already in the quarter. Heron up on top over to the right side for Maldonado. 8 to shoot. Now McDonough open. Near side three is good. 31-30 Providence. 8:05 to go.
I like Carroll hitting a couple early threes. Hopefully that softens up this zone and allows the post to go to work.
Johnson gets around Heron, drives, and again blocked out of bounds. And then again he'll stay with Carroll. That's 2 straight possessions that Brittany's driven and had it knocked out of bounds.
And that's something she's really doing this year. She never did last year.
Lyman takes the inbound, stops and pops from 10, and Carroll back up by 1. 32-31. Lyman now with 7. Check it, 5, I beg your pardon. Heron on the near wing. Dribbles to the left elbow and leaves it up on top for Maldonado. 10 on the shot clock. Argos being a lot more patient. And Lyman comes away with the steal. She'll take it to the hole, and it's up and it's in. And the Saints have their largest lead at 3. It's 34-31.
Great defense there. You saw 3 Saints kind of attack the ball, and Lyman's the one that came out with it, and she, aggressive right to the hole.
She went coast to coast, and nobody was going to catch her. Murphy over to the right side for Maldonado. Out on the corner, lobs it near side for McDonough. 10 on the shot clock. She'll drive, leave it back out to Heron. Got Murphy down low, no good. Essery had the rebound off of her hands. It'll be Saints basketball.
That was a great close. Britt Johnson, who is the Saints' best perimeter defender, she was off of McDonough in the zone and closed just quick as a button to get that, to keep her from shooting. She was looking to shoot.
So the Saints up by 3, 34-31. 6:35 to go. Dean drives, tried to dump it off to Dowdy. Johnson picks it up on the near wing. Now she'll penetrate into the free throw lane. Spin, gets in trouble, and a 3-second violation.
Yeah, Britt's got to be a little more aware where she's at.
Callie Wilson in. All Johnson had to do was actually spin one more time, and then she had a wide open shot.
Yeah. Strong hands there. Bailey tried to take it away. Strong hands from
Dowdy knocks it loose. They try to get it to Essery and into the hands of Pasta. Quickly down the floor, she'll find Johnson. Back up on top, Pasta. 6:05 to go in the quarter. Carroll up 34-31. Dowdy leaves it off for Brittany Johnson. Skips it far side, Pasta. Fakes the shot, dumps it to Dean. Dean goes to work, puts it up left hand, no good. Dowdy with the offensive rebound, and then she'll draw the foul. Randich picks up the foul. Team foul number 1 as Taylor Salonen checks in. Randich the second. Salonen, the sophomore from Glacier High. Had a decent freshman campaign. Lyman off the inbound, misses this time. Rebound out, ball loose, jump ball, nope. Lyman dug it out and saves it into the hands of Pasta with 5:40 to go in the third. Carroll up 34-31.
That's 2 inbound plays where
and Salonen takes it strong in the hole, and the Saints lead by 5, 36-31.
Where Lyman had a wide open shot, and I don't know what Providence is doing, but they're going to have to find an adjustment for that.
Well, Bill Himmelberg takes a timeout, and we get one as well. 5:28 to go in the third on the Bud Light scoreboard. Saints 36, the Argos 31. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball. 94.9 ESPN Radio and ESPNMontana.com. Carroll College is 5 out of 7 here in the third quarter, and they have a 36-31 lead with 5:28 to play. Jason Walker alongside Sports Information Director at Carroll, Jarek Walcott, and the Saints. A little different intensity here to start the first 5 minutes of the third.
Well, they're just starting to hit shots. You look, they have 12 points already. They only had 14 in the second quarter. They only had 10 in the first.
McDonough near side. Working against Lyman, who has 2 fouls. Tries to get it to Esrig. Esrig does. Blocked away from behind by Hennadine. Back to the way up the far side, up the near sideline. Lyman. Oh, did they call a carry? Are you kidding? That is not called hardly at all in college basketball anymore. Rochelle Sayers did not like it. J.D. Solomon, Gary Turcott, both talking to the official. 5 minutes to go. The Saints turn it over for the 11th time tonight. They forced 15 Argo turnovers. Maldonado on the near wing, dribbles out of a double team, and up on top now it's McDonough. Over to the right side of Randich. And now McDonough. Back comes left side to Maldonado. A deep 3, short, rebound. Pasta had it. Callie Wilson reaches in and forces the jump ball. It'll be Argo basketball when we come back. 4:37 to go in the third. On the Bud Light scoreboard, Carroll 36, Providence 31. Back in 1 minute, this is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. 4:37 to play here in the third quarter. Carroll College leading the University of Providence 36-31. 4.5 to play in Butte, third quarter. Western up 48-35 over Tech. Argo basketball. Inbound to Maldonado, who takes it up on top. Over to the right side now for Wilson. Back to Maldonado. Saints have switched a lot between the 2-3 and man defense here in the third quarter, and it's taken the Argos out of rhythm as McDonough has it near wing. She'll dribble over the right side, down to the wing, and then stop and fire and draw a foul on Brittany Johnson. So that'll be Britt's first, team foul number 1. And McDonough will head to the free throw line. First Argo free throws tonight. McDonough's 72% on the year. Rolls in the first one.
Not a lot of free throws on either side, honestly.
Carroll's 2 out of 4. 36-32.
Which is surprising on it. Both teams were in the bonus in that second quarter.
Maldonado, or McDonough misses the second, and then Pastas fouled by Callie Wilson. And that was her first. Team foul number 2. Carroll up 36-32. 4:17 to play here in the third quarter. Carroll has outscored the Argos 26-15 since the end of the first quarter. Lyman near side, in the corner, bumped out of bounds, but no call. Maldonado threw a hip check. Lyman knocked to the ground, but they say she just fell.
Well, I think it's pretty consistent with what they've been doing tonight. They're allowing a little bit of that hip check, a little of that bumping. That was pretty close. Probably I would have called that a foul, but it's not inconsistent.
Jenna Randich over the right side. McDonough has it bounce off Brittany Johnson's head back to her. Now she has it on the left side. Now Maldonado, a corner 3, and it's good. The Argos back to within 1. It's 36-35 Saints. 3:35 to go in the third.
You can play as good a defense as you want. Sometimes the ball just bounces weird off of somebody's head and back into the opposing team's hands. That's what happened there.
Pasta's going to try another 3. This one's well short. The rebound, Callie Wilson in the far corner. Now Maldonado. She'll dribble down the left wing and hand it off to Jenna Randich. Right back to Maldonado. She'll reverse her dribble and head up towards the top of the key. Working a one-on-one against Lyman, both with 2 fouls. And Lyman almost got the steal, but instead is going to get the foul. She was kind of screened into the foul, but that's her third. Team foul number 2 is Michaela Dowdy in. Parker Essery back in for the Argos. 2:57 to go in the third. Now Christine Denny in.
And that's more fouls than we've seen Jaden get the rest of the year, but she's playing really aggressively on defense.
Just 14 combined fouls in this game. She can't move. McDonough moved on the inbound. You're not supposed to. She took about 3 steps. Now Randich will drive. Blocked by Dowdy. Wow. Johnson picks it up in the far corner. Now Denny gets it to Salonen. Now passed on the near wing. 2:40 to go in the third. Carroll up by 1, 36-35. Denny has it. Now Johnson left wing. In front of the new halo. Now Pasta, 3-ball, bang!
Wide open. Great offensive rhythm right now for the Saints.
Pasta with her third triple. She has 13, and the Saints are up 39-34. 39-35, I'm sorry. 2:15 to play in the quarter. Randich on the baseline. Lobs it off to Murphy. Too strong. Rebound tipped out. Murphy tracks it down near midcourt. So new shot clock with 2 minutes to go for the Argos in the third. Essery worked down low. No good. Good defense by Brittany Johnson and Michaela Dowdy. They had her sandwiched. And Denny pushes it across mid-floor for the Saints. Now right side Pasta. $1:45 to go in the third. Johnson down to the left wing. Alf on top, Pasta. Another 3, in and out. Rebound by Murphy, foul by Dowdy.
Yeah, early on in the game, Providence had 3 wide open layups in that zone. But the Saints figured that out and really tightened that up down there, and they haven't given up an uncontested layup the rest of the game. Tough defense on both sides of the ball right now, and we'll see what happens over this last 11 and a half minutes of this game. But this is shaping up to be exciting.
90 seconds to go here in the third. Carroll at 39-35. Both teams with 6 threes. McDonough, left elbow, picks up her dribble, leaves it out on the wing. Randich. This one's short, but long rebound comes out to McDonough. 70 seconds to go now in the third. The Saints have to play defense for another 30 seconds. Essery, top on top over the right side. Randich gets it to Heron, dumps it down inside to Essery, bumped into Wagner, and puts it up and in.
Last 3-4 possessions, there's been some tough bounces for the Saints. A couple offensive rebounds and that ball that went off of Brittany Johnson's head.
45 seconds to go in the quarter. Carroll at 39-37. Denny on the near wing in front of the Saints bench to our right. Now Pasta try to go down low to Dowdy, fouled from behind by Molly Herron.
Again, not a lot of fouls called, so we're not in the bonus.
It's just the third team foul and the second on Herron.
But I'm okay with the tone of the game by the officials. They've kind of just let them go at it.
Both teams with 3 team fouls here in the third. And we're going to get a foul on McDonough running over Salonen, who set a screen. And that'll be her first 4-team foul with 37.9 to go here in the quarter. Carroll at 39-37. The Saints 51.7% from the floor. The Argos are down to 46.9. And Wilson and Salonen being separated. Seen that a lot in the men's game, not so much in the women's game.
They're just giving a little talking to.
Inbound Dowdy, fouled, she'll shoot 2. Coach Himmelberg wants to travel.
And that's McDonough's second foul in less than a second.
Team foul number 5 puts Dowdy at the line. She's 2 for 2 tonight. Just 4 points, 2 rebounds for Dowdy. First free throw is up and good. And while we have this, I want to congratulate the Ashland, Ohio women's basketball team. Just set the NCAA Division II record, 58 consecutive win. They beat Wayne State 101-84. Dowdy hits them both, and it's 41-37 Carroll. 35 seconds to go. Imagine winning 58 straight. The UConn's won like 104 straight. Lyman with the steal at midcourt. She'll have the layup, and the Saints lead by 6.
Great third quarter here. Man, what play into the second, start to the third. They're just aggressive on both ends of the ball.
15 seconds to go. The Argos will hold for the final shot. McDonough gets a double screen, dribbles down to the right wing, and a blocking foul on Jaden Lyman. That'll be her 4th. That one was very questionable. As Maldonado in, Brittany Johnson's going to return for the Saints. So Lyman, who's had a nice third quarter, has 7 points in the game, heads to the bench with 3 fouls now, or 4 fouls, I beg your pardon. 7 seconds to go in the third. Heron will inbound far sideline. Having trouble getting it in, and a foul on Parker Essery. A dead ball foul, that's her 3rd. It's a dead ball, so they're asking if they're going to shoot free throws here. As Ellie Teskey setting to check in, 6-foot freshman from Yakima. So the Saints have 7 seconds to work with here, leading 43-37. Denny picks it up at midcourt, 5 to go, 4, 3, 2. Denny out to Salonen for 3 at the buzzer. It's good! Taylor Salonen knocks it down, and the Saints have their largest lead heading into the final quarter. At the end of 3 in Helena. The 13th ranked Saints lead the 19th ranked Argos on the Bud Light scoreboard, 46-37. That's the second time the Saints have hit a triple to end a quarter. 10 minutes to go in Helena. We're back in 1 minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. Carroll College leading 46-37 as we start the fourth quarter. The Saints 8 of 12 in the third quarter, 4 out of 6 from 3, including Taylor Salonen's 3 to end the quarter. Now Pasta, a corner 3 is going to be short. Rebound into the hands of Essery. Carroll up 9, 46-37. McDonough down to the near wing, leaves it up on top for Maldonado. She'll back up. Now start to work down and throws it away into the hands of Bailey Pasta. Pasta, a 2-on-5, and she'll wait for help. Dribbles top of the circle. Come right side, Christine Denny. She'll dribble back up on top, pass left side for Pasta. The Saints, 8 out of 12 in the third, 4 out of 6 from 3. Argos went 4 out of 11 from the field, 2 out of 4 from 3. Dowdy, kick out, Denny, 3-ball, good! Christine Denny gives the Saints the largest lead at 49-37. That matches Providence's 12-point lead in the first quarter. 8:50 to go, Carroll up a dozen. And a much different second half shooting than Saturday night when they lost to Rocky. Maldonado out on the right side. Comes left side, McDonough. Bumped by Salonen, the blocking foul. Taylor didn't get there in time. That's her second, first team foul with 8:34 to go. Carroll up 49-37. The Saints have outscored the Argos 39-20 since the first quarter ended. Maldonado down to the near wing. Double teamed, in trouble. Bounce it off the leg of Denny into the bench. The inbound to McDonough on the near wing. Up on top, Maldonado. Back to McDonough, fakes the 3. Now she'll penetrate in the lane. The layup off the glass is good. 49-39. 8:05 to go here in Helena. In this top 20 battle. Pasta drives against, or Johnson rather, drives against Heron. Pasta's going to try a 3. That's good! The Saints have hit 10 triples tonight. It's 52-39. That's the largest lead by either team now. 7:45 to go. Essery over to the right side. Stolen by Pasta. Pasta's going to have a wide open layup, and it is good. And it's a 54-39 Saints lead, and a timeout taken by the Argos. Carroll has ramped up the defense. They are hitting everything right now, and we get a timeout on the floor. 7:33 to go in Helena. It's the Saints 54, the Argos 39. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. 13th ranked Saints leading number 19 Providence 54-39. 7:33 to play here in the fourth quarter. Helena High girls at Missoula Big Sky tonight. That one over on the AM KCAP at 9:50 a.m. That'll start around 7:15. They're running a little bit late in the JV game. Capital girls at Hellgate tonight. That'll be on the FM KCAP at 95.9 FM. Right around 7:15 as well. 7.5 to go. Maldonado up on top to Jenna Randich. Randich reverses her dribble, passes back to the right side for Maldonado. Back to the near side, now McDonough drives baseline. Low floater, no good. Rebound Wilson, fouled, and she'll shoot two. Carroll up to 57% shooting. Providence at 48.5. Wilson shooting 2 free throws. Misses the first. Rochelle Sayers arguing that Wilson shouldn't be shooting, but I think the refs got this one right. Wilson at the line. Rochelle Sayers not happy with the officials. Wilson will get a second, and she hits the second. So 54-40, Carroll by 14. 7:10 to go. Denny over the left side for Dean, feeds Pasta out on the wing. Pasta with 18 points tonight. He's hit 4 threes. Carroll's hit 10 threes as a team. Now Dean will fire a 16-footer. It's in and out. McDonough with the rebound. Had a good block out on Johnson. Now Heron. Free throw line, Callie Wilson. This one's good. 3 straight for the Argos, and it's 54-42. Carroll, 6:30 remaining. Denny working against Heron at midcourt. Dribbles down to the right side. Now up on top to Dean, over the left side, Pasta. Fakes the 3. Essery out on Pasta. Now Johnson near wing. 12 on the shot clock. Johnson up on top. She'll dribble against Wilson. She'll put it up. Oh, and she'll shoot 2. Almost got it to fall. The foul on Wilson is her second. It's the first team foul of the fourth quarter on the Argos. And Brittany Johnson at the line. Brittany on the year. 75%. Misses off the front iron. Johnson with 9 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists tonight as Jaden Lyman checks back in. Pasta will get a breather. 6:12 to play. Carroll up 54-42. Johnson second. Also no good. So Carroll just 4 out of 8 from the free throw line. The ball knocked out of bounds off of Denny. It'll stay with Providence. 54-42 Saints. Carroll's hit 20 buckets tonight, half of those from 3. McDonough, pressured by Johnson, gets it high post. Wilson lobbed it down to Essery. They throw it out of bounds. Apparently touched by Solonen, so it'll stay with Providence with 5:56 to go, and Tristan Murphy back in. Callie Wilson out. McDonough triggering baseline. Gets it to Essery. Now Randich finds Heron in the far corner. High post, Murphy. Leaves it out to McDonough with 3 to shoot. Lost the handle! Brittany Johnson called for the foul. McDonough didn't even have the ball. Bounced it off of her foot, and they call a foul on Johnson, her second. So a new shot clock for the Argos with 5:40 to go. Carroll up 54-42. Randich, baseline Heron. Gets it into Essery, knocked away and stolen away. Back the other way goes Lyman. Splits through the defense, leaves it out to Dean, and now Salonen has it. Salonen up on top with 5:20 to go. Passes left side for Denny. You got both freshman point guards out on the floor right now for the Saints, and Lyman and Denny. Lyman has it up on top to Salonen. 10 on the shot clock. Salonen, the drive. She puts it up a little strong. Rebound by Randich. 5 minutes to play. Carroll up 54-42. Essery down low, fouled by Denny, who came over on the weak side. And Essery will go shoot 2 free throws. Denny's first, 4th team foul here in the quarter on the Saints. Argos with just 1. And Essery at the free throw line, 77% on the season. Just 6 points tonight and 4 rebounds. Knocks down the first free throw. So the Argos have scored the last 4 points. Dowdy and Pasta back in for the Saints. Essery will get a second. It's up, and it is also good. So the lead is down to 10, 54-44. 5-0 run by the Argos. 4:50 to play on the Bud Light scoreboard. Dowdy to Dean, way up on top. Now Pasta has it. Left side, now Johnson up on top. Dribbles down to the near wing. Inside to Dean. Skips it across the court to Lyman, who penetrates in the lane, leaves it out. Dean will try a baseline 10-footer. It's an air ball. 4.5 to go. Randich tried to go down inside to Essery, throws it out of bounds. It'll be a turnover. That is the 22nd turnover by Providence. The Saints have 27 points off of turnovers tonight. And looking to capitalize again with 4:17 to play, leading 54-44. Johnson, top of the key. Up on top for Dean. Dean will drive against Murphy to the rack, missed it. Dowdy, the rebound, counted and one! Weak side rebound for Michaela Dowdy. Foul on Essery is her 4th. As Wilson checks in. And Essery doesn't want to leave, and now she's going to. Dowdy, chance for a 3-point play, 4 for 4 tonight from the field, or from the line, and rims out the first. 4 minutes to go. Randich, near wing, Saints up 56-44. Now right side, Heron into the corner for Wilson. Triple teamed on the wing. Somebody's open, gets it to Randich. She'll fire from 12, no good. Rebound, loose. Pasta had it knocked away. Dowdy tracks it down. Gets it back to Bailey Pasta with 3:35 left. Carroll up 56-44. Dean feeds Dowdy on the right block. Fouled, she'll shoot 2. That's her third team foul, and Dowdy back to the line, 4 for 5 tonight. 8 points, 3 rebounds in the ball game. Bailey Pasta leading the way with 18. Dowdy's first one, short-armed it, missed it. Carroll with a 29-11 advantage in points off turnovers tonight. Dowdy's second one is good. 57-44. 3.5 to play, and a timeout taken by the Argos. So a 30-second timeout taken by Bill Himmelberg with 3:27 remaining. Saints leading it 57-44. Down in Butte, 5.5 to play. 24th ranked Western leading Tech 65-47. So it looks like Western's going to win a 6th straight. Bailey Pasta's career high, if you're wondering, is 22. Came last season. She has 18 right now. Argo basketball trailing the Saints 57-44. 3:20 remaining. Heron into the corner. Randich a three. Short. Rebound. Being knocked around on the baseline. It'll be Argo basketball. 3:12 remaining. Now Heron out the inbound. Back into the near corner for Randich. Into the lane for McDonough. McDonough fights through a double team, puts it up and in. 57-46, Saints by 11, 3 minutes to go. Lyman gets it to pass on the near wing. Lobs it back to Lyman. Lyman will dribble down to the left side and leave it up on top for Dowdy. Come right side, Pasta. Pass over to left side for Johnson. Brittany, a couple of dribbles, free throw line. Out to Pasta. Steps back, a long deuce, no good. Dowdy skies for the rebound, but it goes into the hands of Heron. 2.5 to go. Saints up 11, 57-46. Dowdy knocks it loose in transition. It'll stay with Providence. And Essery back in with the 4 fouls. 2:26 remaining. Carroll College leading the Argos 57-46. Heron, a deep three. It's an air ball. Final score in Butte, Western 67, Tech 56. So a 6th straight win for UM Western. A timeout taken by the Argos with 2:18 remaining. They have 1 remaining. And we'll take it with them. 2:18 to go in Helena on the Bud Light scoreboard. Saints 57, the Argos 46. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. Jaden Lyman knocked to the floor at midcourt by Steph McDonough, her 3rd. 4th team foul. Both teams now will be in the bonus after the next foul on either. 2:15 to go. Carroll up 57-46. Battle for first place in the Frontier. Both teams 7-3 coming in. Saints trailed by 7 at the end of the first quarter. And by 2 at the half. As Johnson, the drive and the hit with 90. Check it, 1:45 to go. And it's 59-46 Carroll. Murphy up on top to Maldonado. Skips it in the near corner, Randich. Now McDonough on the wing. 95 seconds left. Murphy back cross court. Randich, a quick 3 off the mark. Great block out by Michaela Dowdy. Allowed Hannah Dean to come in and get the rebound with 83 seconds to go. The Saints are up 13, 59-46. Pasta to Dowdy. Now Johnson on the near wing. Lobs it to Dowdy on the block, working against Essery. Spins, puts it up a little short, rebounded by Murphy. 65 seconds left. Maldonado into the front court, finds McDonough. She'll drive, she'll reverse, no good, rebounded by Dowdy. 1 minute left. The Saints are going to go 2-0 against Providence and get that tie break if it comes down to it at the end of the year. They lead by 13. Pasta. Now Johnson has it. She'll try a step back three. It's in and out. Dean had the rebound, lost it. McDonough picks it up. 35 seconds left. Maldonado holds, gets it to Murphy and out to Randich. Skips it off to the far side for McDonough. She'll try a line drive three. It's no good. Murphy with the offensive rebound. Spins in the lane, lost it. Now Randich. McDonough will try another three. This one's well short. The rebound picked up by Murphy. Fouled by Lyman, though, and she'll shoot two. And Jaden Lyman just fouled out. That's her fifth. Team foul number 5, but a great game by Jaden Lyman tonight. 9 points, a couple of rebounds, an assist. Hit a big three. Christine Denny checks in for the Saints. Sam Holman in, 5'7" freshman from Helena High. All in for the Argos, along with Kirsten Pipperton, a 5'5" freshman from Belt. Erin Malcolm, a 6'1" sophomore from Salem, Oregon in, as Murphy hits the first. And Brittany White in, a 5'11" freshman from Kirkland, Washington. So the Argos unloading the bench. Murphy goes 1 out of 2. Johnson with the rebound. 10 seconds left. And Ellie Teskey, a freshman from Yakima, will not get in. But a great win for Carroll College. Battled back from a 12-point first quarter deficit, and they knock off the Argos tonight. Your final from Helena. 13th ranked Saints 59. Number 19 Providence 47. Back with a postgame show in a moment. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio.